So here's a little tricky thing on feeling good or feeling positive emotions or good feelings in general. So there's a thing about positivity where you have to be careful about the emotions that, like, once you start to become more conscious of the emotions that you're having and you start to be able to feel yourself in the moment and kind of like pick out when you're going through a cycle of negativity in the middle of the cycle and then stopping it, then you can choose the emotion that you want to overlay on top of that, and then kind of like, I guess, transition yourself out of one state of consciousness into another one. But the thing about it is that, like, all of these emotions seem to have a polarity to them. So no matter what it is, the level of pleasure that you feel from something is going to give you the same amount of pain at some point in a reflection of itself. So how do we go about allowing these positive events to happen without having that kind of compound rebound effect that happens when you, and this comes from not from the actual event, but from your interpretation of it. So when you think of good things as being good, that's when the kind of karmic rebound starts to happen. So the question is, how do you make it to where you can still kind of like go through events and perceive everything positively, but not have that kind of karmic rebound that will happen whenever you, when you think too hard about that, you know? And basically what you got to do is when you, when you go into your emotion and you start to feel something, even if it's something extremely positive and it's something that feels really, really good, a lot of times people have a tendency to get attached to those positive feelings or those positive kind of situations or circumstances or outcomes, and they think that something's going wrong if they don't have that positivity or that positive outlook start to come out of them all the time. This is where the rebound starts to take effect, because that judgment of that situation, if you were to have kind of like allowed yourself to feel the experience, but then instead of being the experiencer of the experience, you then become the experience itself, that's when you won't have that karmic rebound effect, because when you are the experience itself, it doesn't have a polarity to it. There is only union in that kind of experience. But as soon as you start having a judgment towards it, then that's when that kind of rebound is going to start to take effect. Oh, see, that was probably some, oh yeah, keep that one pretty hard. All right, that was from me not paying attention, and I probably was going off on a tangent that I didn't really need to go on to, but karmic rebound's a live demonstration of that. Ouch. That actually kind of still hurts. Okay, back on topic. So basically, the way that you can kind of allow yourself to go through the experiences and then like not have them kind of take you on a ride of emotion is to, in the middle of experience, start to get better at allowing yourself to let go of the judgment of the experience, no matter if it's good or bad. So something that you would normally not like or judge or think is not good, you would then, in that experience, notice your judgment. And then once you notice your judgment, you choose in that moment to, at the very least, let go of your judgment and just observe the situation for whatever it is. That's the biggest thing, is to let go of your judgment of situations, because as soon as you start trying to throw your 2 cents into something, that's when you incur karmic rebounds. So stop judging things and stop trying to put don't force things to happen. Basically, like, allow things to happen, and the more that you kind of just flow with the stuff that happens instead of just like trying to force things to happen, then that rebound will start to get lessened, and you're already probably really, really far stretched on that as it is. So there's other ways that you can do things to kind of like slowly release that tension rather than having it snap on you and cause you a lot of suffering. And I'll go into that a little bit further later, but this one is kind of more along the lines of just how to allow yourself to kind of experience things without judgment, and therefore to experience things without having to experience the opposite of that in order to incur some sort of karmic lesson or something like that. You basically are taking, you basically showing the universe that you've learned the lessons and that you can now just kind of experience things. All right, so that was it for today. So have a good day.